the first time in over 30 years, primetime boxing returns to NBC with premier boxing champions. Robert the Ghost Guerrero, with one loss in nearly 10 years, faces undefeated Keith one-time Thurman. Adrian the Problem Broner, with previous titles in 3 weight classes, will try to go toe-to-toe with veteran puncher John the Gladiator Molina Jr. 2 main events, 4 fighters, 1 mission, to be called champion. To get there, they train hard, punishing their bodies so they can deliver it to their opponent. And who surrounds them is critical, because wound too tightly, every fighter will eventually crack. But as hard as they train, there are hours left in the day, and the choices they make will reverberate on fight night.
How many people can say they actually love their job?
So every moment matters, even the small ones.
He just can't hit me. It don't matter what he do.
Especially the small ones, as each fighter draws on the support of those closest to them. Guerrero, Thurman, Broner, and Molina.
Boom, boom, daddy.
All have different paths to the same destination, the center of the ring, on March 7th. This is PBC Corner to Corner. They say styles make fights.
Keith one-time Thurman versus Robert the Ghost Guerrero.
And these 2 main events are no exception.
Adrian the Problem Broner versus John the Gladiator Molina Jr.
John Molina Jr. didn't get his nickname by running from opponents. His willingness to trade punches has left him with some recent losses, but no dull moments. And it's never dull around Adrian Broner.
Broner's wearing socks with his face on it.
The brash fighter with the quick hands, who has titles in 3 different weight classes to back up his bravado.
Straight right, and then the left hook by Broner.
Keith Thurman has risen through the welterweight ranks, and with 21 knockouts in 24 fights, the potential for greatness is clear. Is he ready for the big time? Robert Guerrero is a battle-tested warrior who stood toe-to-toe with Floyd Mayweather.
Turn, me and blast him with that net, okay?
He's convinced that once you face the best, you can beat the rest. And as the days of training camp wind down, these 4 fighters prepare for battle.
You know, waking up at the Guerrero household, you know, it starts early.
The house is quiet, with Guerrero's wife and 2 children away on a short trip. But that doesn't mean he's alone.
You know, the animals are around. You know, we've got the dogs, we got the chickens, we got the cats. Go out there, you got to feed everybody.
Before Guerrero can go to work, he's got another job to do. One that he's done before ever lacing up a glove.
My passion for animals comes from my father.
We're straight up Mexican, American, Chicanos, that they call us, you know, because we're born here, you know, and our culture, we always did a lot of farm working.
We just share that bond together, you know, the love of animals, raising chickens, seeing them, you know, grow. My kids actually incubate eggs and hatch them. One of those things, man, that we love to do and take pride in. My father's always worked hard. He's always had us working, doing fences, digging holes, carrying cement bags, carrying posts.
And, you know, we come from a hard, rugged life, you know.
Man, it grows on you. it grows on you, and it's how we were raised.
And not have Robert chase the chickens, eh? He'll be ready for anything, you know.
That's getting ready for Mayweather.
Oh, yeah. Guess what?
Chase the chickens.
I know you can catch Thurman quick, eh? No problem.
Ready? Let's go.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's get ready to run.
Robert Guerrero's fight with Keith Thurman may be the most important of his career. That's why he starts each day with his morning run, to clear his mind of any distractions.
It's peaceful, you know, going out there to run in the hills. You know, that fresh air, you know, running through the trees. You enjoy the scenery, as well as, you know, you're getting your job done. Your state of mind is just at peace. You know, everything's just going. You know, once you get to the top, the view's just beautiful, and it, you know, it just eases your mind.
Keith Thurman grew up in Clearwater, Florida, and he hasn't strayed far. He now makes his home in nearby St. Petersburg.
I like to start my day with my dogs, fresh air, open mind, all my little loved ones before we have to go to work. Coming up to the fight, you can only do so much physically. The other portion of it is mental. It helps my fighting style.
For Keith Thurman, walking on the beach has a deeper purpose.
Come on. My mental game is really important. I do what a lot of top athletes write books about. They talk about the visualization. You must see it to achieve it.
Need better footwork, boy. Need better footwork. Oh, look at you. Too slow, champ.
My team and I are extremely excited about fighting Guerrero. I've been visualizing it, and I'm going to show him why I'm one of the most avoided fighters in the welterweight division.
What's going on, love? I'm heading straight over to the gym.
Okay.
All right, where's Marina? Is she asleep?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a nap because my head hurts.
All right, take some Advil, okay?
All
All right. I'll see you in a bit. Love you, bye.
Okay. Bye.
John Molina Jr. starts his day with a drive to the gym. Soon his attention will turn to boxing and his opponent, Adrian Broner.
We're going to fight. I'm going to war. And so every day that's on your mind. How many people can say they actually love their job? I can say I love my job. It's one of the most amazing jobs. I can actually beat out my frustration in the gym and get paid for it. That's amazing. You don't take it for granted because it could be gone tomorrow.
Molina is battle-tested and knows well that the value of a victory versus Broner goes beyond just the win.
My family's in my head. My wife, Netta, my daughter, Raina. You're like, wait a minute, there's a reason why we're doing this. Okay, Daddy's got to go to work again. You eat your breakfast, say goodbye to your daughter, which, no, Daddy, don't go. I always make a joke. I say, you want that really big house, baby? Yes. All right, well, Daddy's got to go to work, okay? After we knock this guy out March 7th, you'll have whatever you want.
Adrian Broner starts his day at a local Cincinnati gym.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
He has accomplished more than most fighters will in a lifetime.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the three-time world champion in three weight divisions, Adrian the Broner.
And now he's looking for a title in his fourth weight class. To do that, he'll have to go through John Molina Jr., as well as survive intense strength and conditioning workouts to maintain weight.
Feel what those hips are doing. Don't let them shift. Don't let them rotate.
Bob Schwartz, my strength and conditioning coach, is a major pain.
You need to find a gym without mirrors. These guys get distracted looking at themselves. Get up, get up. There you go. Good, good. Bring it right back.
He gets on him. He gets in his head to make him believe in himself.
I'm a self-motivator, so I really don't need nobody to train with me. But if I have a partner,
good,
then I feel like somebody's going through with me, so I'm okay.
Good speed. Keep it up. Come on. Spoil it. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's go. Come on.
Well, I'm in boxing because I've been doing it since I was 6 years old, and I know what it takes to get to the top, to stay on top.
There you go, right
His
there.
dedication was so high, and his intensity is so high, nobody should beat him.
There you go.
At the gym, Keith Thurman prepares for the battle-tested Robert Guerrero. Thurman has 21 knockouts, but knows the importance of never letting your guard down. A work ethic instilled in him at a young age by the first trainer he ever knew.
Ben Getty was my original trainer. He's the man who taught me everything. Ben believed in me and believed in my talent, my skills before anybody else. He told me and the rest of the world at the age of 14 that this boy will be world champion.
Everybody loved and respected Ben. He's the real reason that Keith is where he is today. So it was quite a blow when he passed away.
Ben Getty said, don't ever forget where you come from. And I come from St. Pete Boxing.
I feel fortunate that he's with all you guys, you know.
He's come a long way from elementary school.
Come a long way from the elementary. Keith has a great family with the guys at St. Pete Boxing Club. I think it's more important to have people around him that know him than people that just can help him overall.
The untimely passing of Getty in 2009 threatened to derail Thurman's championship dreams. Until Dan Birmingham, a trainer who had been helping Ben with Keith, stepped in.
That's it. Most of your escape should be this way, because after the exchanges, he's constantly trying to wing this at you.
Dan was there when I was 14.
My relationship with Keith started when Ben brought him in. He was just a young kid starting out in the amateurs.
Dan was there and saw how Ben Getty and I trained together. He saw my work ethic.
Edner, you ever jump rope for 2 hours? Yeah. I seen him jump 2 hours without missing. Remember that day?
Yeah.
Never seen another human being do that.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
Go to the other tape, man.
Which one you want?
Just go to the next fight.
When you can jump rope for hours, it can get repetitive. So Thurman multitasks and watches tape of his opponent.
Most fighters don't want to see tapes, but, you know, Keith will watch the tape, we'll discuss strategy together, and go forth from there to put a game plan together.
I break down the average punch count that my opponent brings to the ring, and I also come up with my own statistic on what my average should be for that fight to produce a shutout, very similar to my last fight with Bundu. It was a very mathematical approach.
He's just busy and tough. Gives you a lot of angles. He tries to rough you up inside. He's holding and hitting. Keith is a good technician, but he's also a good strategist. If he can't knock you out, he's going to outbox you. But he's a very good fighter, very tough opponent. He ain't been hit by the Terminator yet. When Keith turned 15 years old, we saw that he could box with anybody, and he was also knocking grown men out. Keep working that half step back. That's it.
Dan and Ben at that time were testing all of the fresh new talent. Dan would say, welcome to St. Pete Boxing. I'd be happy to work with you, but you must pass the Keith Thurman test. They said, what's that? He said, well, you need to spar that boy over there. He goes, well, I'm a grown man. He looks like he's 14 years old. He goes, well, he's 15. And a lot of guys would laugh and smile. A few rounds later, they hit the blue canvas. They would know that it was the truth.
That's it. Keep doubling right hand. As big as this fight is for Keith, when that bell rings, it's going to be like in the gym. You shut out the crowd and you go to work and you do your business. Good, good.
"3,000 miles away, Robert Guerrero arrives at his gym. After losing a decision to Floyd Mayweather in 2013, Guerrero made a triumphant return last year against Yoshihiro Kamegai. Guerrero and his father intend to keep his comeback alive.
We're gonna work all timing today. Nice work, son, nice work.
Well, my trainer is my father. He's the reason why I'm so successful in this sport.
We gotta do a lot of this stuff. Thurman's gonna be moving around. Once he feels power, he's gonna...
You know, Keith Thurman, he says he's gonna knock me out in 4 rounds, 5 rounds, but he says that every fight. Now you just pose a challenge. You say you're gonna knock me out, I'm gonna punish you for 12 rounds.
Nice job, nice.
Keith Thurman may be a formidable foe, but in Robert Guerrero, he is facing more than just one generation of boxing expertise.
My grandfather boxed. I had aunts that boxed. My dad, my uncles, my brothers boxed. So I was like, hey, man, I want to box too.
Robert was only like 8 years old, and he always wanted to come to the gym with me. And he'd go, hey, Dad, can you glove me up? Oh, move out of the way. I don't got time for you, son. Stay out of the way. So he just looked at me, so he just go and put his own gloves on. And he started hitting the bags, start training on his own. I never told him to train, you know. Nice defense, Robert. Nice defense.
A lot of father-son relationships in boxing blew out of proportion, and they've went their separate ways because a father always treated a son like if he was still his son. Never let him grow up. With my father, he has that respect as, you know, my son's a man now.
Good job, mijo. Beautiful. That guy better be ready, man. That's all I gotta say. Our blood is very strong. We're guerreros, you know. Guerrero stands for warrior in Spanish, and that's what we are, you know. We're warriors. Oh, let's go. You got it, you got it.
Adrian Broner was shaped by the city he grew up in.
Growing up in Cincinnati was obviously tough.
It's made him the man and the fighter that he is today.
Oh, yeah. We got into boxing, and, like, that really, like, saved me from a lot of stuff.
John, the dog!
Always came to the gym, and it definitely saved me.
That's it, that's it. That's it, that's it.
Adrian's dad took him to the gym when he was about somewhere 6, 7, 8, and that's where he first met Mike Stafford.
Good. There you go. Remember, he gonna fight with his head down. Let's go. There you go. His dad brought him to the gym, and he seen us sparring, and he said he want to put his son in there. I said, it's too early for him to spar. I said, no, put him in there, put him in there. He came out crying, but the main thing, he came back and coming back. His dad brought him back ever since.
That's it. That's it.
My dad's another backbone, you know. He'll tell me if I've done bad and, you know, I could do better. Once you got that support system, you can make it anywhere. And that's why I'm here today.
Let him be done and follow you. Let him be done. Yeah. Hold right hand, hold right hand.
Broner is on a mission for a 4th title and up against hard-hitting John Molina Jr. Will he stand and punch with him or use his speed? No matter the strategy, Broner will be locked in.
Good. His intensity is so high. He's so smart. He can see what you're going to do before you even do it, you know. So he got that Sugar Ray Leonard smartness.
You know why they call him Mr. MVP? Because there's nothing Broner can't do.
Broner may be serious about boxing, but that doesn't mean he can't have fun, too.
Hey, you know I can't cuss on TV. I'm so sorry. Bleep this out. But his ass great. What you want? I'll give you what you want.
I think you're doing good. If you can work out and run your mouth at the same time, I think you're in pretty good shape.
He can't hit him. He can't hit me at all. Look. He just can't hit me.
I can be a joker because with boxing, You have to be more than just a boxer.
Now look, start counting the shots. From here, we gonna give him 10.
You have to give people a show that they want to see again. You can't just go out there and box.
10-1.
You know, I do that sometimes, you know, just little antics with my sparring partners.
10-8. 10-9.
I spotted him 10.
18-12.
He may be joking around, but a lot of people don't realize he's working on stuff. He's a beast.
When it comes to training, I just try to train like I ain't never had nothing, because I ain't never had nothing. I'm training like it's my last day in the gym.
John Molina Jr. arrives to work in the friendly confines of a legendary gym.
We're in the famous Goosen Gym, 10 Goosen Gym. You look at the walls, you look around here, there's been many fighters, Diego Corrales, Casamayor, the list goes on that have worked here.
You know, everyone has the same common goal in this place. Everyone wants the best out of boxing. They're going to work hard. So when you're in a room full of like-minded people, you get the best work out of everybody. Joe Goosen, charismatic character himself. You got a haircut yesterday, so it looks sharp. Oh, you got them all cut.
Hall of Fame trainer Joe Goosen owns the gym. He's known Molina since his days as an amateur. And fortunately for Molina, Goosen has seen it all.
Is it getting hot in here yet, guys?
It's usually a lot hotter in here.
Yeah.
We keep it real hot because most of these fights eventually end up on TV, and if you've never been under TV lights, that can raise the temperature quite a bit, so you want to get used to that. Then it makes it a lot easier as well to have it hot in here to lose the weight.
Goosen was the guiding force for Molina early in his career. But in the past few years, stability between the two men has remained elusive.
Amongst the boxing community, there's a joke that me and Joe are like the Ross and Rachel of boxing, because we're on again, off again, and we were on a break.
And I certainly hope I was Ross. It's just part of the game. It's not something that I hold a grudge about at all. No matter what water goes under the bridge with us, I'm still going to be friends with John Molina.
We've had some wars together. And it's a trusted, guided voice that I'm used to in that corner, which, when you're in a fight of this magnitude, you want that. So being back with Joe, it's like we never skip a beat. During fight time, if Joe Goosen were to tell me that the grass outside is blue and someone asked me what color is the grass outside, I'm going to say, well, that's easy, it's blue. Because that's how much trust you got to have in that individual when you're going into war.
You could knock this guy out if you let your hands go for 3 minutes.
When Molina has gone to battle with Goosen in his corner, success has often followed.
He got stuck with that left hook by Molina. And the referee has stopped the fight.
And heading into this fight, their bond is stronger than ever.
It really was, yeah.
Hey, one of these days I'm going to kick your ass.
Wait until I'm 70.
When he's 70 years old, I'm kicking his ass.
As Keith Thurman prepares to battle Robert Guerrero, his body is under tremendous physical stress. But the secret to his success might lie in being still.
Acupuncture is beneficial for anybody. As a fighter, it can speed up recovery.
That helps open up the chest so you can breathe more effectively.
It can help with longevity.
These stimulate red blood cells and white blood cell production, and they enhance stamina in general.
It can just help you out mentally.
So the needles really go in between things. So we're avoiding blood vessels and nerves.
Thurman's interest in the ancient technique of acupuncture is part of a pattern for this young man, who possesses an old soul.
Keith Thurman is ahead of his years. The knowledge that he's acquired is just far beyond a 26-year-old. He meditates constantly.
Keith was always smart as a kid. You know, he was very mature for his age. That's how I remember him being a kid, that he would be analytical and he would make logical choices.
I love having a broad mind because it helps my fighting style.
He's something else.
How you doing?
Good. Great, really.
Good.
All out?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I do acupuncture because it is very calming.
Good to see you, Coach.
Thanks, Doc. To me, it's just a magnificent form of treatment.
John Molina Jr. is in the gym for a strength and conditioning workout.
I wish this was just a workout right here. I wish this is all we had to do.
His opponent, Adrian Broner, is fast and dangerous. But that doesn't scare the hard-hitting Molina.
This is a huge, huge opportunity. This is a huge fight. I want to see the fight happen. I can't wait. Adrian Broner is a very talented fighter. He's accomplished a lot of accolades in this sport that fighters only dream about. I didn't have the amateur background that an Adrian Broner had, which is, national disc. Did I win a national title? Yes, but I did it within 22 fights.
Let's get a little bit more acceleration through the compression range.
I hate you.
I know. That means I'm doing my job.
Now, when it comes from a boxing standpoint, stylistically, I'm going to go right through you. I'm not going to sit there and try to outbox you and point you, and Adrian Broner is going to sit back and try to counterpunch you to death. But I have a feeling once he feels the power, it's going to change his game plan altogether. There's a reason why we do this every day. You'll see March 7th.
Finally, today I get to see my kids, see my wife. They were on vacation in Florida, in Miami for the week. So, I've been home alone, just training.
Family time is just what Guerrero needs after a grueling workout, preparing to fight the undefeated Keith one-time Thurman.
It's inspiring just walk through that door and see your family with open arms.
Hi. How have you been?
So how was Florida, huh?
Good.
Did you see the crocodiles or what?
Yes.
This is what I work for. This is my family. This is my drive. It was a long day. Running, training.
Can you show your dad your gift that you got for him? It's in that little bag over there on the floor.
Where's that? We did.
My daughter-in-law, Casey Guerrero, she's a beautiful woman, and they're both so beautiful, man. It makes me happy because, they love each other. He loves his wife a lot. He loves his children a lot, my grandkids, and he does anything for his family. That's what he fights for, his family, to give them the best.
Oh, cool. Copycat.
You got to take advantage of every second, every moment. Once it goes by, and once your kids grow up, it's gone. Then they start taking care of you.
Hey, you guys want to go see the track? Let's go check out the track. Rocky's building.
I think everything he does is about his family. Providing a lifestyle for his wife and his kids that he never had, so they can go to private schools and they can do the things that he never had an opportunity to do. I think that's what we all want for our kids, for them to have better lives than what we had, and he's definitely the epitome of that. And if you look at Robert Guerrero, he's been with the same girl since he was 13 years old. Usually you say a high school sweetheart, was a junior high sweetheart.
Come here, Savannah.
She's the real champion of the family, the real fighter. What I do is nothing compared to what she had to do, her fight.
In 2007, Guerrero was busy training when his wife, Casey, was diagnosed with leukemia.
It was a really, really tough situation. At the time when she got diagnosed, my daughter was 2 years old. My son was only a few months.
And it was a hard road, man, and they offered us a big title. Robert Guerrero, you're ready for the world title? There's a big shot for you. A lot of money involved. And Robert goes, no.
Oh, yeah.
My My wife is fighting cancer, so I'm gonna be beside my wife, and I'm gonna go and be with her until she gets better.
Staying by his wife's side for a bone marrow transplant in 2010 also meant vacating a featherweight title fight. But title dreams quickly moved to the background as Guerrero lent his strength and support to his wife as she fought for her life.
We didn't know if he was ever going to come back or what the situation was going to be. And thankfully, she was able to beat it, and he was able to move on with his career.
So she just hit 5 years, cancer-free. Man, it's huge. Like I tell everybody, I go, you know what? I fight because I love it. She was fighting for her life. That's why I say, hey, you know what? She's a real fighter.
No, it's no. Before we go, you gotta tell Ari it's your fault that we late. So she won't be mad then.
When a boxer is training for a huge fight, the last thing you'd expect is a stop at the nail salon. But for Adrian Broner, it's an important part of his preparation.
I don't go to get my nails polished or anything, you know. I gotta keep my feet right, man. You know, I get pedicures because, you know, boxing, I use my feet. I just gotta make sure that they're in shape so that I can move around in this ring.
Some quiet time in the salon also gives Broner a chance to spend some quality time with his daughter, Naraya.
I love being a dad. My daughter, she's the only girl I got outside of 5 boys.
Because you need to pick me up for school.
When Naraya and Adrian are together, I think she's the boss in that one. So she's got him wrapped around her little fingers right now.
Daddy!
I do think the kids are a good outlet for Adrian. They give him a reason to push himself as hard as he does.
Broner's childhood was not an easy one. And while boxing has brought accolades, fame, and money, for him, there's an even greater reward.
I really want my kids to grow up and not have to go through the things that I went through or see the things I've seen. At the end of the day, it's all about making them smile and making their life much better.
Five fast, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, last one. Good, rest, pull-ups.
Robert Guerrero's biggest fight was a loss on points to Floyd Mayweather in 2013. Instead of getting dejected, Guerrero went to school.
Good, no kick. It's nice and strong. Pull.
The minute you stop learning in boxing is the time to hang him up. Floyd Mayweather fight really opened my eyes. Man, I didn't think this guy was that fast. You know, we got to start adding in, you know, not staying old school. We got to, you know, modernize everything with our exercises.
Up. All right, 3 fast, go.
And I was like the old school guy, you know, I'm just a boxing guy. You're going to do your sit-ups, your push-ups. You're just going to do this, and that's it. So Robert goes, what do you think, Dad? I go, no.
Guerrero looked to CrossFit, an exercise regimen not typically associated with boxers.
What can I have done better to track him down, to cut the ring, you know, to keep up with his foot speed? And man, you know, connecting with CrossFit, I think that was the answer.
Boom, 1, fast. 2, last one. Awesome, there you go. Pull. I was in the military as a firefighter before this, and I've never found anything else that's going to help me as much in what I did. Last one. Got it, baby. All right, let's go. Outside.
It's been improving him a lot stronger, a lot, you know, all the workouts he does, it's helping him out, and, you know, it's good. I love it.
A fighter's quest for perfection in the ring never ends. And once Guerrero saw results with high-intensity training, it became a permanent part of his routine.
Straight to the bar, straight to the bar. Ten. There you go. 2, good. 3, come on. 4.
If we keep it into moderation and we adjust it to where it's going to help me as a fighter, you know, to have that explosiveness, to have, you know, your respiratory system just like crazy.
Finish it out, go. Come on, kid, there you go, up. 1, let's go. Bam, up. Come on, 2, 3 more.
My recovery time is just so rapid where I'm fresh again the next day. My body's ready to go.
Last one. Hell yeah. Walk with me. Walk with me. That's what I'm talking about.
Fight night is quickly approaching. The time when John Molina Jr. has to leave his hometown to take on Adrian Broner. He's confident. He's ready. But he's a man who likes what's familiar and draws on his family and friends for support.
They've always had my back since day one.
Oh, yeah.
And Mark,
baby.
Mark,
right
we're
here.
going to take care of business, right, Lance?
Man.
We're going to take care of business.
John's a very personable person. He likes to speak with people.
You got to do what you got to do, baby. All Mark. Take care of
1, 2,
business.
and a headbutt. I like to think I'm the life of the party. I like to think that I'm the center of attention, and I embrace that. Hey, you guys. Thank you guys for coming out. It's going to be good. Little pre-victory dinner. I had a great childhood, great upbringing. Growing up in my household, I had my mother and father and my 2 older sisters. I was the baby and the boy. And the only boy, so I was like a real baby, I guess. A long time ago when I was a kid, we were going school shopping, and there was those things that slip out of your hands, they're like a jelly filled. Well, I had a hole in it, and my dad was like, put that down. I squeezed it, and it squirted all over his brand new white shirt, and he was, I'm gonna kick your butt.
Watch out.
Being raised in a family where my father took care of us, he never questioned where's the next meal coming from, and that's kind of what set the ball in motion for myself. And to be able to be a provider, it is very important.
Molina is fiercely determined to fulfill his role as provider. So as a boxer, when he steps in the ring against Adrian Broner, the personal cost of victory or defeat is even higher.
He always says, I don't fight for myself, I fight for my family. This opportunity coming up March 7th, it's life-changing for him. He knows why he's doing it. That makes for a dangerous person.
Take care of business.
March 7th, the problem will be solved.
There we go. There we go.
Defense win championship, fellas. All right. Now, I don't play no D. All I do is shoot the ball, okay? All right, y'all, let's go, y'all. Play hard, man. About billions on 3, y'all. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Adrian Broner wants to be in the ring fighting John Molina Jr. For now, though, he uses pickup basketball to help satisfy his competitive hunger.
I am the most competitive person in the world. This is how my dad brought me up. He said, I'm not gonna ever let you beat me in nothing until you can really beat me. And it's still like that to this day.
Whether he's been playing basketball, whether they're outside playing football, whether they're playing cards, whatever he's in, he likes to be number 1 and the winner.
We got to take over. Hey, let's up them on the arms.
As a basketball for Adrian Brown, no defense, waving his hand like a flag and shooting it. He wanted to be the star. I knew this kid was going to be a champion one day, and I wasn't going to let no other coach get him and put him in another sport. He wasn't going to be a basketball player. I know he wasn't going to be no football player. I knew he had skills enough to be a boxer because he displayed it when he was 6 years old.
Hey, coach. You the head coach. Tell him to say my name. He taking me out my game.
His whole crew in Cincinnati can't join him in Vegas. So this is a chance to be with his closest friends who have stood by him for so long.
The people that I got around me, they don't care about the money I make or how big my name gets. They just want to see me pursue my dream.
I think it's good for Adrian to still be around some of the guys that he grew up with.
I gave y'all 30. Y'all ain't see them 10 threes.
It's nice to be with people that know you and that you can relate to.
So you missed it.
I love playing basketball, but boxing just stuck with me, and I can't let it go. But I can't let basketball go either.
I hope this time you do a little better than last time, buddy.
Keith Thurman is also anxious for his bout with Robert Guerrero, so he can't help but turn leisure time with his family into something else.
Every gutter ball you throw, you gotta do 10 push-ups. Every gutter ball I throw, I do 20 push-ups. All right?
Yep.
Shake on it?
Yep.
Like a man?
Yeah, like
all right.
Let's
There
go.
we go.
Let's go.
What I remember about Keith, he always had a very competitive spirit.
Bam! See? Turn up the heat. Let's go, superstar. Let's go, superstar. Come on. Ah!
Now I gotta do push-ups.
That's a gutter, man.
Yeah,
right there,
myself.
right there. Count them out.
Everyone adores him, not only for his boxing ability, but for the type of man he is, the type of brother he is, the type of son he is. The way I see it, he's top-notch.
I learned how to play a lot of things from you and Mom.
I know.
I learned how to ice skate at 4 years old. I learned how to shoot pool at 4 years old. And I learned how to play chess at 4 years old. He never took it easy, you know? He always talked junk. How you gonna talk junk to your 4-year-old son in a chess match?
One of the reasons why I never let him win in anything is because my philosophy is that life won't let you win. You have to go after it and get it for yourself. It's not gonna be handed to you.
Even while we're shooting pool, it's my turn to shoot, you know? And he goes, that's a lot of green, boy. That's a lot of green. I don't know if you can make it. Come on, one more for fun. Oh!
With Keith and his family, there's a lot of love involved. They care about each other.
As you see him doing his push-ups, you know, he's trying to catch up to these guns, you know.
I'm almost there, Keith. I'm almost.
See how he's bragging?
There.
See how he's bragging? How much you weigh?
How much I weigh? 145.
145?
Yeah.
I'm about to knock you out, boy. Lose weight or gain weight, because you mess around in my weight class.
And you need that, because on one hand, you're trying to kill and you're being killed. And then when you walk outside, you have that support system of love and caring to balance yourself out.
Yeah, I'll see you later.
All right, Pops.
Come now.
On March 7th, boxing returns to primetime on broadcast television with Premier Boxing Champions on NBC.
My career starts right here. This is the beginning. All that has happened up until now was a warm-up in preparation for the future. March 7th is my night.
Get them hands moving. Punch count's gonna be huge in this fight.
You got Keith Thurman, Robert Guerrero are just gonna bring it on both sides.
Once you can hit that, you can hit anything, baby.
You have myself and Adrian Broner.
Remember, he gonna fight with his head down. There you go.
Two different sides of the spectrum when it comes to styles. It couldn't be any more different. Yeah, I don't worry too much about what the other guy's doing. And my job is to take care of myself. That's gonna only be a combustion of nothing but action.
It's just incredible. It's what boxing needs, to bring boxing back as a household sport.
We got to do a lot of this stuff. Once he feels power, Thurman's going to be moving around. For us to be the ones that bringing it back, that's huge. We're so happy. I love it. You better be ready. That's all I got to say.
When I heard that AB was going to be on NBC, I automatically changed my name to Mr. NBC.
You know why they call me Mr. NBC? Huh? Because there's nothing Bronner can't do.
All I thought about was billions. I can really make $1 billion in boxing with NBC.
Bleep this out. His ass crazy.
As a fan, I'm super stoked. But then again, I am preparing for war come March 7th.
You got it.
Soon, the opening bell for round 1 will ring. That is when all the training, all the support, and all the little choices come down to one moment of truth.
I'm not that type of ritual guy, like, before the fight, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. You know, I just let the day come and then I just handle my business.
The reality is my family's in my head. I got a mortgage to pay. I got a daughter that wants to go to college. If I die tomorrow, I want everybody to know that I did what I can do as a provider.
From right out the locker room, you're focused, zoned out. All eyes are on Thurman. Can't wait to get there. Can't wait for that bell to ring. Get in there, land that first shot. Feel that first shot from him.
My final thoughts going into the ring, this is what you've been training for. And this is how you make your dreams come true. And then I hear the voice of Ben Getty. It's time to go to work, boy.